Hey, good morning, everybody. So this is Clint at Manscall 101, and this morning I'm doing a little bit of forge work, some hammer forging, and I've got a request for an eagle head double-bladed dagger. So I'm going to make one of those. As you can see behind me there, I got the forge fired up, and I've got a piece of scrap iron in there. We're going to work it up, and I thought I'd take you guys along for the ride for a couple of minutes anyway. So I do not have a cross peen hammer, which I have one but can't get a handle, if you can believe that. Been to 4 different hardware type stores and here locally and can't get a handle. I don't know what country we live in anymore. Can't get a hammer handle? What? Anyway, so I'm using a ball peen, which isn't ideal to spread the metal, but that's what I'm using. So I'll take you guys along for the ride for a minute, and I think that's probably looks pretty orange hot, so virgin on yellow hot, so it's hot enough to work for a minute. So I'm going to grab that out. You'll see the anvil in the distance there and give you an idea of what it looks like. I think I know some guys that are interested in the stuff I make, and they're like, oh, how do you do that? How long does that take? Well, the way I'm doing it, I don't have a power hammer. I have a power hammer right here. And there's no shortcuts. You're going to spend some hours on the end of a hammer. So if you're looking for the easy way out, this probably isn't the hobby for you. It's going to require a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of sweat, a couple of burns, a couple of scrapes, that type of stuff. So anyway, let's take a little ride. Got my safety equipment on, because I did have a piece of slag pop up and stick to the web of my hand, and it hurt. It was hot. I couldn't get it off. It was just peeling the skin off. Also, for fire safety, I got my beard tucked away out of the way this morning so I don't catch on fire, hopefully. All right, so here we go. I'm kind of new to this stuff. I've been blacksmithing a little bit for 5 years now, but just a little bit here and there. So I'm sure there's some guys out there that know how to do it a lot better than me, but it's part of the process, as you know. So here we go. We're gonna bang it around a little bit. I got this here's a set of tongs I made the other day out of some rebar, and I'm pretty proud of them. They turned out pretty good. I set them up just for this type of material, so they're working pretty good. So we'll give those a go. So that's cooled off enough now. We need to put some heat on it. Maybe you can see, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not sure. Those dimples in there, that's what that's doing, because I'm trying to elongate this piece of metal and increase the width of it also. So a ball peen will work. A cross peen's better, but I just recently got this propane forge. I was using a charcoal forge before, and this simplifies it, keeps your heat more regulated and less work dealing with the fire, dealing with the forge itself. So yeah, I like it so far. I like it so far. It's working out pretty good. I'm only running about 5 psi on that double burner forge there. That seems to work okay. I'm moving around trying to keep the light good. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, there you go. About 5-7 psi seems to run both those burners fine. It's making a little bit of a funny noise that it wasn't doing until right before I turned on the camera. So if I get blown up and they're looking at this video for evidence, you'll know I did have a little bit of pre-warning. I don't know what that's about. It seems to be running fine, other than, like I say, it's making a little bit of funny noise. You probably hear that. We made a little more progress there. Like I say, it takes some hammer work. This doesn't just happen by magic. Them old boys that made a living that way, they probably had guns on them like Popeye. I want to give a shout out to the Black Bear Forge. I've been watching some of his videos, and boy, he's very accomplished at blacksmithing. I can see that, and getting some tips from him, and very informative and enjoyable. So shout out to Black Bear Forge. Look at that one if you haven't seen it, if you're interested in this type of thing. So that's interesting. That turned out to be the back burner on that was making that noise. I shut it off and then turned it right back on. Now it's not making that noise. So I don't know, maybe you guys that know what's going on with that can leave it in the comments and tell me what's going on if I don't get blown up today. Nah, that doesn't happen, right? Nah, probably not. You hear that? It just started up again. What's up with that? I don't know. I think the next go around, I'm going to switch from the peen end on this to the flat end, but hit it at an angle and see if I can spread the material that way with the angle of that head. This one's pretty rounded off. I think I've got another ball peen. Maybe I'll see if it's a little more square on the face of that head, and try to use it like a cross peen by hitting on it at an angle like so. We'll see how that works out. Well, this one's probably just as rounded off. It's a little heavier though. I think I'll go back to the other one. I got a little baby peen. I don't know what that weighs. Maybe a pound. I don't know. But it's pretty rounded off also on the head. And I got a single jack welded on a metal handle that my dad put together, and that's 8 pounds. It puts a hurt on that. Maybe I'll give a few swings on that. I'm warmed up a little bit with the small hammer, so. Definitely put the heat on it. You may notice that I choked up on that. It's because that damn thing's heavy, that's why. Yeah, for an old dude, maybe even for a young dude anyway. Yeah, I choked up on it, but it definitely smashed it out flat a little bit. Maybe I'll have a couple of goes with that. A little coffee in the morning, keep you going. Alright, she looks like she's good and hot again. Alright, I think you get the idea of the whole hammering process. This is going to go on for a little while. So I'm going to shut this off and I'll pick back up at the next stage.